be about 100. Yeah, about 100.
All right.
Got to cut the grass today, though.
We don't have any grass left to cut at our house. It's all dead.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Chair, we are all up and running and live on YouTube.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Before we begin, I'd like to remind us that everyone that the meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the Township's YouTube channel. We'll be holding the meeting as if it's in the council chambers, and we'll follow all the regular policies and procedures of the procedural bylaw. Please raise your hand if you'd like to speak on a matter, and I'll call on you. When I call the vote, I will call for all those in favor, followed by all those opposed, and I would ask you to raise your hand to vote in a matter you wish to vote. And I'd like to call the roll. Please raise your hand and state your presence when I call on your name. Member Wendy Dunford.
Here.
Thank you. Rod Manley is not available this morning. Member Jim Patterson.
Present.
Member Jim Mollaham.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Clerk or Deputy Clerk Martina Tate Hardwick.
Morning.
And Nicole Zinner is doing some background work to keep us all live on this electronic format. So welcome all. Throughout the meeting, I'm not sure whether the applicants will be joining us or not today. I guess I'd like to maybe call the meeting to order now. And is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest with the applications in front of us? Okay, seeing none, could I have the approval of the minutes from our last meeting, June 25th? Sounds like a long time ago. Okay, would you like to move that, Wendy?
Sure.
Seconded by Jim Mollaham. Thank you. And any questions or comments? All in favor? Carried. Okay, we have Martina, I believe we only have one application. They've requested that it be deferred until a future meeting.
That's correct. So we will just have the severance applications B221 and B321 for Dylan.
Okay.
The Leahy severance, I've spoken to the family and they've asked that it be put over till the September meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then severance for Dylan. Martina, can you take us through the highlights of this application, please?
Absolutely. So I was in contact with the Dillons yesterday and they were hoping to join us, but I have received a message from them that they are having computer trouble. So Nicole is trying to work with them to get into the meeting, just so the committee is aware. So this is an application to create two residential lots at lot 10, concession 4, 772 Center Road in the Douro ward. The official plan designation on all three parcels severed lot A, severed lot B, and the retained is all rural. As the committee knows, residential uses are permitted in the rural designation, provided that fragmentation of farmlands in conflict with adjacent farm operations are not created. Further to that, two severances are allowed every 25 years. And in this case, this property has not received any severances during that time frame. The zoning on severed lot A, which is the application B0221, is rural. A rezoning will not be required. For severed lot B, which is B0321, the zoning is rural and a rezoning will be required. And the retained is zoned rural and ECP and no rezoning is required. Proposed severed lot B meets both the area, B0221, it's going to be tricky, will meet both the area and frontage requirements for a residential use in the rural zone. The proposed severed lot B0321 will meet neither the frontage nor the size requirements for the residential use in the rural zone. The applicant should increase the size and frontage so long as it doesn't impact environmentally sensitive areas. If an increase is not possible, a suitable building envelope should be found and a rezoning should be applied for. The retained lot will meet both the area and frontage requirements of an agricultural use in the rural zone. And in the ECP area, there won't be allowed any new or proposed development. So that area is frozen for future use. The proposed lots are located within 120 meters of key heritage and hydrological features, including a provincially significant wetland, unevaluated wetlands, and an inland lake. An environmental impact study was completed by Cambium, dated January 5th, 2021, and it was submitted with this application to address both the provincial policy statement and the growth plan. The study was reviewed by ORCA, and they had submitted their comments dated July 14th. Copies of those were attached to your application, your package. Both the comments for the two applications are the same. So ORCA states regarding section 3.1 of the PPS, which is in regards to natural hazards, that this application is consistent with PPS section 3.1. Further to that, in speaking to the natural heritage features, water courses, and other environmental factors, ORCA states that provided the recommendations of the EIS are adhered to, it's the opinion of Tonabee Conservation that the application is consistent with sections of the PPS 2.1.4, 2.1.5, 2.1.6, 2.1.8, and 2.2, which relates to water, and it conforms to section 4.2.3 of the growth plan. The application also conforms with section 4.2.3 and 4.2.4 of the growth plan. Further to that, both of these lots, when it comes time to build, will require ORCA permits. And that's all the information I have. There were comments from our chief building official. He states that lot 2 appears to have been filled. It may need soil engineering for foundation, and the building envelope may be too small, and septic and well setbacks may be too close. Safe entrances are achievable for both of the lots, but the lot that's closest to the intersection will have to have at least 30 meters from that intersection to the driveway for a safe sight line. Source water protection policies do not apply to these applications, and it's recommended that the committee recommend to council that severance applications B0221 and B0321 for Brent and Teresa Dillon be approved, and if approved by the Peterborough Land Division Committee, that the following conditions be imposed. That a $1,250 cash in lieu of parkland fee be paid to the municipality for each lot. That lot B0321 be increased in size and frontage if possible, or that a suitable building envelope be found and a rezoning be obtained to the satisfaction of the municipality. And that safe entrances be approved by the manager of public works, and further that the entrance for B0321 shall be 30 meters from the intersection. Happy to answer any questions.
Sure. Any questions from members? Wendy? You're muted, Wendy.
Just a quick question regarding the recommendations. I noticed on page 10 and 11 of our report that we require a 3-meter strip of frontage from each lot. And I'm just wondering if it needs to be added to the recommendation.
That is a good catch. I'm going to look at the original paper copies. You are very right. We should add that for both of the lots. Thank you for catching that.
Okay.
Any further questions? I've got a couple. The MDS arcs appear to touch these lots. I assume because we're not building within the arc, that is okay. Is that the reason for that, Martina?
That's correct. So the county has determined that the arcs do not encompass the whole building site. And so
Okay.
there would be building locations outside of that.
Okay.
But with that lot B0321, we need to first determine whether there is a safe building location there, or the lot will have to be increased. So the applicant needs to sort that out as they move forward in this process.
Okay. The second question is my favorite, and that is there any discussion about why those two lots are not next to each other? Because the farmer that has to farm the field cultivate the field behind. There's six turns with big machinery versus 3 turns if the 2 lots are together. Has there been any discussion about that, or is it these environmental studies take over and have no regard for best practices in the agricultural market?
Yeah, so I believe it's a mixture of the existing entrances and the way the farm is set out for the family that lives there currently. And then also the environmental factors have pushed the lots into their locations because this larger property is very constrained by the environmental factors on this site.
Okay. Any further questions, members? Are we ready for a motion? Wendy, go ahead.
I'll motion that we approve the recommendation to council that the severance application for BO 221 and BO 321 for Brent and Teresa Dillon be approved. And if approved, that we follow the recommendations in our report with the addition of the 3-meter strip being deeded to the township for both lots.
Thank you, Wendy. And the seconder? Jim Patterson?
Yep.
And thanks, Wendy, for catching that
Yeah.
on the road widening.
You're welcome.
And all in favor? Carried. Okay, that completes that. Wendy or Martina, that's all we need on that. Is there anything else you require any motions on that?
No, that application is all taken care of. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We will have a meeting on September 24th.
Okay.
I believe there's going to be an application for the Committee of Adjustment. So that will run at 9 o'clock, and hopefully we can bring the Leahy report back to this committee if it works for the family.
Right. Okay, just for the information of members, Pat Leahy lost her husband Larry on a couple weeks ago. And also she lost her brother Joe quite suddenly on the same day as the funeral. So they've gone through a tough time. So I just thought I'd make that members aware of that. Wendy, did you have a point that?
I just wanted to make the committee aware that I'm on vacation September 24th, so I won't be able to attend the next meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Lucky you.
Yeah, I'm going to Newfoundland, the only
Oh,
province.
you'll love it. First time?
Yes,
Oh, you'll
Oh,
love it.
wow.
yeah, I'm excited.
The first time is the most spectacular time. After that, it just gets wonderful.
Right. Okay, our next meeting is September the 24th, and I guess we're ready for adjournment. Quick meeting this morning. So is there, Jim Patterson, are you going to move that?
I
Okay.
certainly will move adjournment.
And second by Wendy. And all in favor? It's carried. And
That was a very efficient report, Martina.
Oh, thank you, except for my mistake, which Wendy thankfully caught.
Well,
Or-
yeah.
that's what this is all about. We're working this together. So,
Mhm.
so thanks very much and have a great weekend, folks.
Yeah, everybody.
Hi, all.
take